Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to send to and from SMTP mail servers. We're going to use the terminal and Node.js. If you're on a Windows machine, you need to go to the control panel and turn on Windows features. You need to find the Telnet client and enable that. Okay, so in this example, I want to send an email to the recipient at this address, mailslurp.mx. So the first stage is to find out where the mail server is for this domain. So we can do that by digging the address. So if I say dig type mx and then type in the domain for the email address, we can see in the results the mail servers are listed. Here it is mx.mailslurp.com and mxslurp.click. Okay, so we can use these addresses to connect to the mail server and deliver a message to that recipient. So if I type in telnet and the host I want to connect to, mx.mailslurp.com, and then a port, typically 587, I've connected to the mail server. Okay, so the first step is to greet the mail server with the hello command. So I'm going to say hello test@gmail.com. I'm going to impersonate the Gmail server here. And the server said back to me, hello. Right, okay, so the next step is to deliver an email to a recipient on this server. So to do that, we write mail from, colon, and then angle brackets, and say we're delivering from test@gmail.com. Okay, it's accepting email from this sender. Now we need to address the email to someone on the server. So we say rcpt to, and then we type angle bracket, and then paste in the address we want to contact. Okay, now it's time to write the body of our email. So we can do this by typing in data. Press enter, and it says go ahead, and then end your data with a full stop. Okay, so now we need to type the envelope for our email. So we include headers and a body in this part of the message. So I can say from test@gmail.com to my email address I'm emailing, and subject test. Now we put a blank line and we can begin the body. Type this is my body, and then a new line and put a full stop and press enter. Okay, so the message is queued. That means the mail server has received our message and it should show up in the mailbox. If I open up my MailSlurp account and refresh the inbox, I can see the message we just sent. Here it is here. So from test@gmail, and here is the body. This is my body. Okay, now what if we want to send an email on behalf of this inbox? For that, we need to log in to the SMTP server. This is known as SMTP relay. And to do so, we need to know the login details of our inbox. So for this example, I'm going to use a MailSlurp SMTP mailbox. If I navigate to the inbox, I can see my username and password. I'm going to use those with plain authentication to log in to the mail server. If I type in telnet, mx.mailslurp.com, port 587, and I say hello, and I'll say hello with the email address I want to send from. Great, okay. Now I need to log in, so I'm going to use authplain. Now authplain expects our username and password to be base64 encoded with a null character before each part. So luckily there's a tool on the MailSlurp website that can do this for us. So if you go to mailslurp.com/tools, you can find a plain authentication encoder. And here, if you enter your username and password, it will concatenate them together and give you a base64 encoded string appropriate for SMTP plain auth. So I'm going to copy this value now. So now if I paste in my base64 encoded string, put a space and press enter, I get a 235 authentication succeeded. So this means we can now send emails on behalf of recipients that this mail server manages. Okay, great. Now let's compose a message. So I can do the same mail from. I'm going to send from this email address. I'm going to say the recipient will just be the same email address. Then I'll put in some data. Right, from this email to this email. Put a subject, sent by SMTP, then put a space and type my body. Now another space and a full stop to end the message. Okay, 250 queued. That means the email has been sent. So if I go back to my inbox and refresh it, I can see we have sent an email from our inbox to itself using the SMTP relay. So if I open up the email in Mailslip, I can see it was sent from our email address to our email address. Okay, now that we've gone over connecting to an SMTP server in the terminal, why don't we write a quick programmatic example using Node.js? Okay, so what we want to do is just initialize an npm project. So if I say npm init-y, we've created a new project here. Now we want to install the node mailer package. So let's just say npm install save node mailer like that. This package will let us send emails using SMTP. So we need a basic node file. So let's just say index.js. And in this file, let's require node mailer. Okay, like that. So in order to send an email, we need to connect using node mailer's transport method. So we can define one here saying transport equals node mailer.create transport, and then we'll put in some braces, and we say host. I'm going to send it from mx.mailslip.com, whatever your host might be, port 2525 I'm going to put, and secure, we're going to say false for this, and then we need an auth. So we're going to put it here, auth, and then put our user. Now if I copy my username and password from here, I'm going to copy username, copy the password, and type, put plain auth there. Great, okay, we've defined the transport layer. Now we need to send an email using it. So we can simply say transport.sendMail and say from. Okay, we'll send it from the email address, send it to itself, and we'll put a subject from Node.js and a body test. And because this will be a promise, after we've sent it, let's just log out that it succeeded. Okay, now we can run this. We can see the email is sent. So there you have it. That's how you can send from and to SMTP mail servers using Telnet and Node.js. For more help and examples, see mailslip.com. And if you need a test mail server for your development and testing, check out our app at app.mailslip.com. Thanks.